Wait for the thing to come on. Alright. Start the stopwatch. Hello everyone. Greetings. So, probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, I play WoW on the side because the game's fun. Now, I'm gonna, try to help new players or anyone that's, interested in the game or wanting to return to the game. Who knows? So, give a bit of forewarning. I have played the game. I do have heirlooms. I can equip them right now. There's, do them preemptively. Oh, this starts us off as a spec. One thing I will do, well, not use is my heirloom mount. Because I want to, show you guys the actual, what, you're going to be doing when you don't have a mount. Now, when you start off, we're playing a dwarf shaman, as you can tell. Abracadabra, dwarf shaman away. Anyways, so we're gonna start off a shaman. The first thing you want to do is definitely go up on your compass and mark off things on your little bar off to the side right here. I like doing the basics. This you can do whatever you want. Points of interest, track pets if you want to, be a battle pet thing. Battle pets is essentially Pokemon. It's okay, it's unique, it's interesting, and a lot of people are interested in it, so you never know, you can make some friends doing that. It's all up to you. This game has, different, or I shouldn't say different, it has unique quality, is what I should be saying. There's a few different ways you can play, if you're a casual player, which, I am one of them. You can just, play the game, do quests and stuff like that. I want to save that off to this. And, you can do dungeons if you want. If you're, like, a reasonably hardcore player, there's mythic dungeons, which is, like, super high up difficulty dungeons. There's also raids. Well, first it starts at LFR, which is interesting to say. Oh, I already finished the quest. But anyways, so, there's LFR, then there's normal raids. To my understanding, it's normal raid. Essentially, it's the raid as it is. It's a little, because LFR, think of LFR looking for, raid, is easy mode. It helps people understand the basics of the raid. Well, not the basics, I should say the fundamentals and the mechanics of the raid for that difficulty. Then you have normal, which is the raid as it is. Then you have heroic, which is essentially hard.
How are you?
Then you have mythic. Mythic is where the big boys play, along with the elitists, or people who just, play the game hardcore. I like to think of them as two different types of players because I've met, both types. Raids is endgame content. I'll go over more about that later. Because, I might actually turn this into a series. Why not? Playing in a dwarf. Why not? Let's go. But yeah, so this game is an MMORPG. WoW's very famous. Everyone does it. Well, not everyone. I have to speak the truth here. Not everyone plays WoW, but a lot of people do. As I'm sure you've seen, all the advertisements here and there about it. But you may not know a lot of people in your area that play the game, but that doesn't mean that a lot of people don't play the game. So, one thing I'm going to definitely point out is that as soon as you load in, you want to go to your interface, click or check off auto loop, and then action bars and pop these here. People recommend that you lock your action bars, so if you're like me and you're preparing to do one ability, and you're going and then another one, or you're doing one ability, then you want to do another one, but you put your mouse over it, you could accidentally throw it off to the side and accidentally remove it off of your bars. I've done it before. I know locking your action bars is so much useful, but I'm not a fan of it. Just play the game how you want to play it. So the game has PvP, has PvE, has PvP/PvE. Oh. And if you are in that sort of thing, because there is a place for a lot of people in this game, if you are into it, there is also role-playing, as as it is a custom for obviously people who want to play the game. If people want to roleplay, they can do it. People want to do PvE content like questing, dungeons, raids, got a place for you here. Want to do PvP? Bam! You got Battlegrounds. You even got War Mode. I can't show you, but that's a thing. I'll explain it when we're level 15. But as a new player, definitely pay attention to your minimap because it likes to run quests at you. And one thing you should learn is that you don't really out-level a zone anymore like you used to. Because used to, you could have zones like this zone, which goes from 1 to 10, and then everything starts becoming green, and won't give you as much, yeah. Enemies will become weaker because you're level 10, and they don't level with you. But not anymore. That's a thing of the past. Now things scale from whatever that starting level is to level 60. You don't know if this, like the starting zones do. Some zones do stop after a certain level at scaling with you. So not all the zones will go to 60. There are other zones that'll stop at like 20, 30, all that. Just know that the zones will scale with you as you level to a certain degree. Which, you'll notice that they'll stop scaling with you to a certain degree when you are like level 30 and you're in like a loon forest. But don't worry about that. Another cool feature that this game gives players is that events. Calendar. Keep track of the day and all that stuff. We're currently in Dark Moon Fair. I'll explain Dark Moon Fair when we get there. Because, trust me, boy and girl, we are definitely making our way to the fair. XP boost for days. Anyways, so. Another thing you definitely want to keep an eye out for as a new player is professions. Let's say you should definitely pick a profession that interests you or best suits your character. That is definitely something I can recommend. I'm not like a seasoned player or anything like that, but that's just me as a player, telling you a potential or returning player. That it's definitely, you as a starting player, you only have one character, unless you make like a crap ton of players and you're ultimaniac like I am. But let's say you only have one character. You're gonna pick a profession that best fits your character. This shaman, we wear mail armor, which is like the medium ground between leather or light armor, plate, medium armor. For all you D&D nerds out there.
How are you?
But that's the type of armor shamans wear. So the profession that best suits you would be leatherworking. And you can have up to 2 professions. Well, I should say, let me say it correctly. You can have 2 main professions. Push K on your keyboard. You have your first and second profession. I call these the main profession. Because those are the ones that, will help you the most. Cooking will be useful if you're into that. Professions are optional. Let me get that out of the way. Fishing is also optional. Which, if you want to take a break from questing and stuff like that and just work on professions, there you go. Archaeology is completely optional, but it gives you some nice toys. Toys that you can do silly stuff with, like this. Or if you're just so angry, you can flip a table. Or if you want to feel special, bam. And if you want to go to the beach, bam. That's what toys do. I actually like the beach ones. I'm going to keep that on. But anyways, that's what the toys do. Yeah. they don't really have any like special features that are like super game breaking until you get to, I would say until you get to like higher levels. There's like some toys that really help you, but I'll talk more on that later down the road if people wish to actually see them. So keep that in mind. Another cool, interesting feature. Oh, battle pets, which if you want to track that, you can. Shift P is to activate, you know, the big thing, or this thing where you get the multiple tabs. Pet journal, pretty standard stuff, but you know, it's good to point it out for new players because maybe they won't know. But hopefully, you know, you're, wow, this sentence completely just killed itself in my head. Goodbye, sentence. Come back when, you know, you're actually a full train of thought. Now, I will tell you, questing, it's better to do it with friends. Just saying. Because, you know, talk to them, have a great time, wonderful time, make some laughs, make some jokes, become memes, and just have a wonderful time. It's always great. I like to think of it as a good main feature of this game is to have friends. Like, honestly, is to have friends. Because, you know, if you have friends, they can help you. Especially in, like, late game content, when you're over here just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm fighting a rare, but I'm a mage or a priest. I can't really do too well on my own. Especially if I'm, you know, a healer, a holy priest that's a healer. Not known for the big deeps. How are you supposed to pull the big numbers in healing if you have no one to heal? Grab a few of your buds and, you know, go to town on some leveling. Become the leveling that you want to be. Something also to point out is that when you get, definitely get late game, look into heirlooms. Especially if you're like an alt maniac and it's just like you can't play a character too long or you just get burned out. And speaking of burning out, take the game in moderation. Don't, you know, don't force yourself to like always be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and just take a clear through straight line to the finish line or zone. Don't do that. Take the game in moderation. Play moderate and have fun and be chill, all that other jazz. I'm gonna curse myself real quick. Oh, okay. So, questing, probably the main feature of the game. If you're a lore nerd and you like stories, well, they got it. They got a lot of lore. But that's because, you know, they're on their, what? Let's see, you have your vanilla expansion. Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Pandaria, Warlords, Legion, and then Battle for Azeroth. So that's 8 expansions if you're counting vanilla, 7 if you don't. So you can definitely rest assured that they got some lore under the belt for this game. What else? Oh, they also have books, I think. Yeah, they have books too. So it's just, they have a lot of lore. The community, depending on what server you want to go in, yeah, real quick, let's just talk about servers. Servers come in, four different types. You got your PvE, like, just, there's no, like, open world combat and stuff like that against other players. You got PvP, where there is open world combat. I think they modified it so you have to be under war mode or something like that. That's not the point. Anyways. Then you got your RP servers, which is essentially like PvE, but you know, it's something where the players that want to actually, you know, role play and, you know, get their experience what the world has to offer, and, you know, kind of like look at the game in a different way and have fun in their own way. That's what the RP servers are about. It can be good or bad depending on your experience and what RP server you go to. Anyways, then you have your PvE/PvP servers, which essentially PvE, PvP smashed together. I don't know if they still have those type of servers, but they're there, or they used to be there, depending on if they're there or not currently. That's pretty cool. So there's servers that match your playstyle to an extent, depending on how you look at it. Me, personally, I'm a PvE/RP person, so yeah, I know, it's weird having someone openly admit that they are RP, but you know, whatever. And for all you know, people that don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to PvE, PvP, and all that other jazz, you have PvP, player versus player. You have PvE, which is player versus environment. Essentially, you know, this dude right here, we're gonna call him Jim. He's technically, quote-unquote, environment, because he's not a player character. Anyways, moving on. Then you have RP, which stands for roleplay. So you can have a dude pretend to be like, pretend to be a Frostman troll. Like, let's say this person was, you know, a priest or something. They're pretending to be a troll, and they're living the life of a Frostman troll well. I know that's a bad example, but it works. Oh, I forgot to stay and listen to the story that the other one got. Anyways, so that's what those abbreviations mean. Another cool thing that you could, you know, look into would be what? I mean, I guess add-ons if you want to like, I guess kick up your gaming experience a notch, but that's up to you. I only use one add-on, and it doesn't really do much. Well, it does do some stuff, but whatever. Forget about the add-on. Put that on the side burner. It's gone. It's dead to you for now, until I resurrect it. Anyways, another cool, interesting feature is transmog. I'm just saying, world of fashion craft up in this game. I cannot tell you how long I've spent trying to figure out, you know, or not trying to figure out, just creating outfits for characters. It's interesting, and you can unlock appearances for your armor, weapons, as you play the game, so that's pretty cool. Another thing, if you haven't played an MMORPG game before, say that 5 times fast, I dare you, is guilds. They are essentially a big-ass group of players that are put together, or brought together in a group named something like, I don't know, Storm the, I can't name things very well. Generic guild name number 2. That's their guild name. So imagine, so that's essentially how guilds work. I forgot to accept that guy's question. I am a doofus. Anyways, moving on to the cool stuff. Not really. We're still gonna be questing. Let's see. The basic, you know, need to know information is that there, to access your character page, you know, to see certain details about your character, you push C. It'll tell you your level, what specialization you are, what class you are, your name, your attributes, gear. Over here you can have titles as, like, we can be the crazy Catman. No, I want to be fabulous. There we go. If you have like certain, if you have certain gear things you want to make, you know, you can have a bunch of gear in your inventory, and you can click a button, and it'll make your gear, it'll equip and unequipped all the gear that match or slash unmatches the outfit you made. It's weird. I don't use that function. You don't have to either. Next tab would be reputation. If you're a new player, I can recommend that you gain Exalted with at least 4 of these factions, because when you start out, you do not have these bags. When you start out, you only have your main backpack, and then as you level, they give you, you know, minor, well, I should say as you quest. Some quests, a very small amount of starting quests, give you bags. They can use to expand your inventory. Alright, they're not the biggest bags you can have. Another way you can get bags is if you take the tailoring profession. I mean, I guess it's okay. Well, it's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty cool profession, but we'll go more into that later. I don't need to kill all these dudes. Gotta be nice to other players, man. Oh yeah, another thing. You know, don't be a dick to other players. All right. Well, unless they're being a dick first, then you know you kind of have to be a dick back. But don't always be a dick back. You know, you don't have to. You know, if some dude calls you, you know, says you smell funny, you don't have to respond to them that they look like a triangle. Just not cool. You definitely don't have to talk to people. You could play the loner life. That's up to you, though. The basic things you should also take into account is that you have your chat bar, friends thing, you have your buff bar, your debuff bar right here, mini map, calendar, you can zoom in, zoom out your time, tracking. You will gain things called quests, which are like missions. They will be posted here. Not all the time, but they will be posted there. Relatively there. Oh, if you want to know where you're going at some point, or if you want to plan a destination, you push M. M is your map. Very importante. Very. That's... yeah, I think that's a fair description of a map. I can definitely show you where your quests are, like this quest. Map could have told us that it was in this cave. It's pretty useful. Not gonna lie. I like it. Nothing wrong with it. 10 out of 10. If another thing you could do, which I think this will probably be my last like little tip I will cram into your skull about this game, is if let's say you're done with a zone. This I should say this being a zone, it's a section of a map. You don't know what to do next. Maybe you didn't pick up a quest that led you to a different area. Do Shift J. You can't access that yet because we're not level 15.
Be good.
And it will give us, you know, a selection of areas that we can choose to go. But yeah, so that's the last thing I will spam you with. Sorry if, you know, I spent most of the time cramming information into your head and beating you with information. But I like WoW. You know, WoW has been like probably one of my favorite games ever. Besides Doom and Evil Within 2. It's just there. It's a good game. definitely gonna make a series out of this because I want to play games for you guys and do stupid stuff to entertain you. So if that means you gotta listen to me do stupid shit in WoW, I'm gonna do it. I'll even look weird sometimes. I'll transmog my gear to make my character look stupid. Oh, and this is going to be the very last thing. You have emotes. Oh, funny time.
Have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I fall down. No problem.
Yeah, no problem. So, with that, that's the video for today. I will catch you guys next time. Make sure to smile, and if you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe and like every other person on YouTube, tells you to do. And if you want a shout out for the next video, say a nice little comment like, hey, I laughed so hard I cried tears of rainbows, or whatever. I don't know. You do you. And I'll give you a shout out in the next video because I respect you. And I want you to be happy. But, yeah. That will be all. So, have a wonderful time, and till next time, have a great day. Goodbye.